That's not the idea, actually. The message has to go to this generation. Because catch them young, as they say. The world is going in a totally different direction, thanks to the claptrap around the so-called modern technology and modern science and what have you. Many of you must have read this book. If you have not, I'll give you a book which you must read because it really makes you a good human being. This is a book by a professor of science philosophy in the London School of Economics. Later he was in the University of Chicago, and he ended up in the University of Zurich, and he is a physicist, a very great physicist. He writes this beautiful book called Against Method. Against Method. That's a fascinating book. And his name is Paul Feyerabend. Paul wrote this beautiful book just to say how the so-called Western scientific temper has destroyed humanity's humanness. And that's why all of you, having come to this country and made it big, rightly so, because you all come in such greener pastures. It's only the hard-working who go out in search of greener pastures. And it's so nice of you to have thought of your roots back. Because now the Western science is looking at the West, at the East. I have a friend of mine who is my co-editor-in-chief and who is a double Nobel laureate, and he is the permanent director till death of the Max Planck Institute, who started life with Albert Einstein, and he did his PhD with Edward Teller. His name is Hans-Peter Dürr. He found out recently that energy is matter, matter is energy, E is equal to M, which he calls as a duality, no duality. But I'll quote him in his article. Matter is not made out of matter, which you can get in the internet. You go to Google and say matter is not made out of matter. And the author's name is Hans, H-A-N-S, Peter, P-E-T-E-R, Dürr is D-U-R-R. And you get the article where he says, I have a little child playing playing with the pebbles on the beach when the vast ocean of wisdom, Indian wisdom, is in front of me. I call my discovery as a duality, but the Indian sages called it as Advaita, Tat, Sat, this and that, the two faces of the same coin. And he is a German, doesn't even know English properly, but he quotes Sanskrit so beautifully, which made me so humble to share a days with him in San Diego. We had a big meeting, and he was quoting this shloka from the Upanishads through the Bhagavad Gita, which describes quantum physics. Bahir antascha bhutana. It is inside and outside of everything. Charam acharamevacham. You all look very solid, but there's nothing solid about you. You are a bundle of jumping leprechauns. And he said, this is what is called Maya. This is what Shankara called as Maya, which he calls in German as a Wirklichkeit. Wirklichkeit in German means a drama. This whole word is a drama. There's nothing tangible in this word. And there is nothing called matter in this word. There's only happening. Time stands still. The time was when my grandmother was there, the same time, at this time. What changes the movement, happenings, he calls us haps. And ultimately he says, Sukshmavate tavidnyam. Whatever it is so subtle that no vijnana, no science, no scope, telescope, endoscope, microscope can find it. It requires a mindoscope, which has not been invented by science. And he says, Durastham, for if you don't know, you don't know. Cha, aniketa chata. When you know, it's very close, it's inside you. And that is quantum physics, the particles, the leptons, you call them anything you like. And because, quantum physicists can pull out these particles like the magician pulls out pigeons from its hat. So it's every day you have something. Suddenly they say, we have found the ultimate truth. The CERN has said, we have got the boson. Actually, they have not got it. But they have got to keep saying that because science now depends on grants. Grants depend on publication. Publication depend on fraud. I was telling my friend when he picked me up, I was saying we were talking about a patient with cancer. And we have cancer, big cancer industry in this world, in the Western medicine, which unfortunately I also belong to. I'm ashamed to say that, but then, we have become a big menace to society. The doctors went on strike in different countries at different times. In Bogota in Colombia 25 years ago, Saskatchewan in Canada, Los Angeles County, recently in Israel, and in Dublin some time ago. And do you know what happened? Audit shows that each time the doctors went on strike, death rate fell precipitously down. And disability almost disappeared. So much so in Israel recently. Thank you very much. So thoughtful. So good. So this is called yoga. This is yoga. I'm coming to that. That's called yoga. And yoga is not kusti. Stiram sukham asanam. Asana is only for sukha, but of course there are certain enjoyments in asana also. When you stretch yourself, you release a lot of endorphins. So pain relieving factors come out of your muscles. That's besides the point. Coming to yoga is this. And that is you becoming a good human being is called yoga. It's a good interlude. He just brought the water at the right time. Ultimately, all of you young child here, you have come here to become good human beings. To become human. You know, a lot of people ask me, are you a Rotarian, are you a lion? I said, no, I am trying to be a human being, which I have not become yet. But after I become a human being, then I think of becoming a lion or a tiger or whatever, an animal. But so, it's human and humane to be nice. Looking at all of you this morning and sitting here for nearly 2 hours now, no, 1.5 hours to be precise, I have now a feeling that God still has hope on mankind. Because when you do the monkeying tricks that our leaders, our politicians, in the whole society does, I have felt that God either has gone on a long leave, he has gone on a sabbatical, or doesn't exist. But looking at you, this little thing is very, very great. Congratulations, God bless you. She is everything. That's the potential that comes out of you. Because you keep doing it, it comes out. And it was actually Thomas Alva Edison said, if you don't think, you don't exist. If you think and you can think of some possibility, you can climb the Himalayan mountain. If you think you can't get up from bed, you can't get up from bed. In short, human body is immaterial. There's no matter there. Human body is immaterial, dash, spiritual and mental. And what is spiritual? A lot of you think spirituality is religion. No, there's nothing to do with religion at all. Spirituality originally comes from breath. Spirits, not spirit. Spirits, you know what they are. They are sold in the wine shop. Spirit comes from the word spirus. Spirus in Latin means breath. So it's prana. What we call prana, that's the spirit. And prana, ayama. You know, I was so happy to see here something original, something good that they're doing, because I have lectured in several so-called American quote-unquote yoga schools. Each one, say VMA school, VM yoga or something like that. You know, you have one yoga and then charge hatha yoga, hot yoga, cold yoga. In the plane I had a chap who said, oh, hot yoga. I said, what's hot yoga? He says, if you heat the room and then do yoga, you sweat. All these misconceptions about yoga, because that's not yoga at all. And a lot of people do yoga. In the morning they sit and say, Om, Om, for about half an hour. And 23.5 hours, they think how to harm others. This is where the whole problem is. Ayurveda says, do you know what happens? Krodha, Shoka, Bhaya, Ayasa, Viruddhanna Bhojana, Taponala. Only do tapas, don't do any exercise. Katva, Amla, Kshara, Lavana, Tikshnoshtati, Rakta, Pitta, Prakope. All diseases come because of mind. Anger, jealousy. Now modern medicine has realized, we have realized now, the cause for heart attack is not cholesterol, weight and body weight and tummy and buttock and things like that. No, nothing else. It's your mind. Because your body is your mind. Human mind or human body is human mind in illusion. You think it is the body, but there isn't any body, it's all the mind. E is equal to M. And so what happens? When once you become tranquil, when once you become human, you become a yogi. This boy brought this beautiful water, life-sustaining water, and he has become a yogi. So thinking, I want all of you to think. And I want you kids, each one, reach one. So you go home, if you're 25 years, and you go to school, touch another person and say, look, there's something good in life. There's something nice happening. You spread, this is a word of mouth. You don't have to have television interview, advertisement, etc. Because advertisement, is not to tell you about the product. How many of you read that book called Affluent Society by our friend John Galbraith, who was the ambassador of this country in India? In 1956, he wrote a beautiful book called Affluent Society, where there's a sentence about how we advertise. He says advertisement is not to tell about the product, it's to make the person want to buy it when he doesn't need it. It's called advertisement.